Finals has come a long way since Season 1, and has also added tons of content and features that we never even considered asking for, which just shows how good Embark is listening and knowing what the community wants. But even with all these additions, there are still a lot of things that I personally would like to be added that Embark might not have considered or is just not on the radar. Without further ado, let's get right into the list. I have about 10 things that I want to cover, and also in the comments below, add what you think should be added in the future of the finals. This is either next season or just in several seasons to come. I just want this eventually added. Alright, number 1. I would like a lot more sticker customizability. So, the stickers in the game, you just put one on your gun. But I know a lot of other games like CS, you could actually put it anywhere on your gun. And the finals doesn't have this feature, it's just a set position. It would be interesting if you can put it anywhere on your gun and even put like, 3 or even 5 at once. Because it would be very cool to just have all your diamond stickers or all your emerald stickers on the barrel of your gun. It would look so cool. And it would prove to some more creative gun skins. Now, charms could also be acceptable, but I feel like some of it would just get in the way. Like you have a charm like in front of your gun sight, which wouldn't really work. But it would be interesting. On charms, it's just a little ring on where the charm loops around. But it would be cool if you could like remove that, or there's some customizability to charms. But I feel like charms are in a pretty good place. I don't personally use them just because pretty much all the charms just get in the way of where I'm trying to look. But yeah. Alright, number 2. This is a little bit of a small one, but I've always wanted to skip and maybe even like repeat soundtracks within the customized audio in the menu. Because I love Season 1 music, I love Season 2, 3. I love all the music, especially love Season 1, 2, 3. I love all the music, but sometimes I want to skip a song or maybe even play it again, which would be kind of cool. And maybe give us the ability to play the limited time event songs, because they come and go. They're there for 2 weeks, but they sound so good, like the Halloween one and also the Christmas one. I know it's kind of special, but if we could have those, maybe you could buy it. I don't know. That would be very interesting. And also, keeping on the topic of menus, the background in the main menu, it changes each season. Eventually, I'm just throwing this idea out there to do something around changing it. Maybe it's whatever club you're in. Maybe it's, dependent on your class or something like that. Or you could have customized set backgrounds, just like, backgrounds in your player card. You could also customize the background in the menu. Now, I know sponsorships change, like the background, and that's pretty cool. But that's just something thrown out there. I'd be fine with keeping it the way it is. I was just kind of expanding on that. And the third one is being able to switch sites mid-game. This is a big one that I've always wanted to do. Whenever they add a bunch of new sites, I have to play a whole game with just one site. And it'd be interesting to switch very fast between the sites to truly see which site is the best, because right now you have to leave the game and then join it back. Like I'm talking like the practice range, and it just takes too long to get an accurate feel of which site feels the best for you. There's also some talk about being able to switch gun skins mid-game, but I don't really know why you'd want to do that. Switch sites mid-game. I don't want to have to go back to all the way to the menu to do it. Yeah. All right, and number 4. Expanding on the sites, we have site skins. So this might be, kind of transitioning towards not making it the finals, but I don't believe making sites has skins, unlike the finals. Ever since they added sites, the non-original sites are just plain black. Meanwhile, the actual sites that belong to the gun coincide with the skins. But then, like, let's say you put the holographic site, which is the site on the F car, onto the XP. It's just going to be black. But if you put the reflector site on the XP, it's going to, if you have the diamond skin or emerald skin, it's going to actually go with the emerald skin. And you could, like, just plain up remove this, and instead it'd be so much cooler to have customizations like that. The amount of like gun like customization, like just more customization, more unique creativeness would really just make the game so much more better. The game already is a sandbox game. You can make any loadout you want, and things like this would just make it even better. Now, as soon as we start talking about, oh, they added sights, the next thing they'll do is attachments. I would not know how that would ever work in this kind of game, unless the attachments also have debuffs with them. Like you could have a silencer, but it would do less damage or have less range. But I want to understand how that would work. Like, how would a silencer give you an advantage? Aside from if it, maybe it sounds crazy silent, and there's already guns with silencers. There's already guns with attachments on them, so it wouldn't really work. But if you also added attachment skins, the sight skins would actually go, like, be more important. Because if you have sight skins, it'll change more of the color on the gun. It'll also change the attachments. I'm thinking Rainbow Six Siege is the system I'm thinking about. I might sound really confusing. Let me just sum it up. What I was talking about is, let's say you got a red skin for your attachments. It would change the sight and whatever attachment, like suppressor, you have to red. I don't know why I sound really confused there. Basically, you have a skin for your gun and a skin for your attachment and sight. So just basically 2 skins. Number 5 is more earnable things. Things like badges, specializations, and also a better mastery system. Now, the mastery system, I don't think Embark gives a crap about mastery skins. We've gotten this stupid cloud design 3 times. Now, the level 12 is kind of good, but 10 and 11 are just different colors. And I'm like, I used to be so hyped about the next one. And I'm beginning to notice each time they add it, it costs more and more XP to reach it. Now, this is kind of making it harder. Like, if you start on a level 1 weapon, it'll take a crazy amount of time to reach the top skins. It'd be cool if instead you either have like some kind of mastery tree where you can pick if you want a skin, or maybe you even earn a sticker or an emote, or like I said in the past, or I talked about in the past, it has specific challenges, like you only need to get headshots to get to this next skin instead of just overall XP. It would be pretty cool. And also, like I said, badges. We don't really have much badges, and if you do, a person who plays as much as me, I already have most of them max, like the amethyst, and now I really don't know what else to do with them. They're just kind of there. Now there is the ranked badges every season, and they added the quick play badge. I also have the pumpkin badge from the Halloween event season 4, but I feel like they could really go more in depth with the badges. They could really make it look cool and just more of a show off. I don't really use the sponsorship badges because I don't know. I just get to gold when I have 3 amethysts. So yeah. Specializations also, the card specializations, I guess I should say the non-physical ones, like unlike the turret or heal beam, where it just goes up to level 5, you just get a charm. It'd be cool if they can expand that. How about you get an emote? How about you get a card background? Maybe a cooler sticker or a cooler charm would be very interesting. Just kind of expand on those. I've been on level 5, like evasive dash and DMAT and charge and slam and mesh, like since season like 2. So I really would like some more cool gadgets, because in my opinion, I play this game at least 2 hours a day. Now I understand people have jobs, unlike me, like full-time jobs, and you can't really play that much. But I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I just love grinding the mastery skins, even though it's really slow. I love something to grind for and then to show off. Now there's ranked and there's World Tour and quick play. That's cool. That's only at the end of the season though. I want like current right now. Like I receive it as soon as I get it. And it's just like, imagine you have a gun and the more you use it, this cooler and cooler skin it looks, and cooler charm. Like, I just want kind of that system because I find that really cool. And I know Embark is amazing at making skins, and I know they can cook up some bangers. All right, now we're at number 6, which is more club usefulness. Club wars or events would be very interesting. Clubs have kind of been shunned, except for making the clubs have an icon for the Grand Majors. Really not done anything for it. I completed my 100 contracts. I got the pro rank in the club. Now I never touch the contracts. And it'd be interesting if we had like club events or club wars where it's like a giant tournament with the clubs. That'd be very interesting. Club events, you can have a goal to work towards too. Like, oh, you need to have all your club members get this many cash outs and you get this, and or some kind of, you know, like the community events where it's like get last second steals or whatever, and then you get a cool upper body shirt or whatever. It'd be cool about that for your club. You could also get club drops where just being in the club and, you know, actively completing contracts would eventually get you like a charm or something. The next one is the ability to make a custom club sticker. This is kind of interesting. It would be cool, but the amount of different clubs in there, I feel like you have to meet a certain quota in order for this to be possible, like a certain amount of member count or whatever. Club leaderboards in the club page would also be cool to see. I don't know which club has the most combined rank in certain things, and you could try to aim for like reaching the top and competing with other clubs. And then overall just competitions, which I kind of guessed club wars, but more things to do with the club. I probably said club like 30 times, but more usefulness. I really like the idea when they added it. I thought it was going to be way cooler. It's pretty cool. I mean, I have an empty mags tag next to my name. And I recognize other people in a club, and I'm like, oh shoot, they're probably good. So it actually does have an impact on my gameplay, and I do notice it. It's just I don't do anything with it. All right, number 7. So this has been it's kind of going to sound stupid, but potential new game modes. Now, I know you're probably going to yell at me because they release limited time modes all the time, and many of them actually become permanent, like head-to-head, stuff like that. But imagine how in-depth they can go. Cash out 5v5. I was thinking back, terminal attack. That seems cool. It's 5v5. You don't have to worry about third parties. But I hate terminal attack. What if it was just a giant cash out? Imagine it took like 15 seconds to steal, and it's basically you're just playing for wipe. That'd be super cool. It probably would have definitely some downsides to it, but it would be a very amazing to have 5 people go up against 5 people. The next one is a free-for-all. If you flash back to season 1, if any of you guys played back then, they had a limited time event called Steal the Spotlight. It was basically solo Banquet, and it was very cool. First ever limited time event. Everyone was playing it. We got a cool skin and stuff. You can actually still hear the soundtrack in the, what is it called? It was called the B-sides. You could hear the Steal Spotlight soundtrack randomly. And it was solo. You were literally solo. That is so cool. I wish they could bring some kind of solo back. And you're gonna hate me to say this, but Battle Royale would be cool. Imagine they made a single huge map and you had to like pick up gadgets and weapons around. Just something to think about. I'm not telling them to add these modes, but I'm just saying, try to think a little, like, just like kind of spin. I'm just kind of like spinning ideas around, to get other people to say what they think. All right, the next one is also a little small one. Specific gun skin rotations. When I do the randomized gun skin, I thought it was cool at first, except when it picks a yellow level 2 mastery skin. I don't want to use a mustard skin. I want to use the cool TGM Pass M11 skin. So I wish I could like choose which one I could rotate between, but this is just like a um, little small addition I would like. Just overall customization for certain skins. Alright, and then the ninth one is practice range while you load in a game. So this is also kind of throwing ideas off of Rainbow Six Siege, but also I guess Fortnite. You know, you're on the spawn island. It could just be a very small practice range, like a separate map, very small, just a little aim practice or just something to do while the game loads. Because I've had matches where it takes like 2 to 3 minutes to load. It'd be cool to just kind of like shoot and stuff. Like it doesn't have to be a huge practice range. It'll be like a small room. And then lastly is consistent World Tour events. Now, I have noticed a little taper of World Tour events. There's a lot of standard cash out and opening week, which is just another name for standard cash out. The whole idea of World Tour to me was it was cool little events. It was a replacement of Unranked, and you had events that actually made it feel interesting each week. Until they basically stopped. Like we literally get one event per every like 2-3 weeks or something like that. And a lot of the events are just reusing old ones. Listen, I don't care if you reuse old events, but I just want them every week. I don't want any standard cash out. Or at least very few per season. Now, I'm telling you, Embark, if you're listening, you could literally put any kind of event and we would like it. Like, you should really stretch the limits. Like, it would be crazy if you had like a 2 times health event or something. Just events that really make it feel random and just it definitely keeps the game fresh for all the World Tour players. I know there's a lot more World Tour players than ranked players just because of how kind of sweaty ranked is. World Tour, you could literally use whatever. You're not restricted by metas that much. I've literally won using MGL. I've won using Dagger, but if I brought that into ranked, I would get obliterated. Just, it'd be cool to have way more events. And so far, that is all I personally would like to see. Either next season or just in seasons to come. I feel like this game's constantly evolving, and I just like to give my advice for maybe things that can make it evolve a little bit faster. I know Arc Raiders is currently taking up like 90% of the player base, and the developer of Embark itself said they fumbled the finals launch, but that doesn't mean we can get back up. We just gotta know what to put in. I know the joke is about all the bugs, but I really don't see much. I think it's mostly just me because I'm bad. Anyways, put in the comments what you think Embark should add else. And yeah, this is just my opinion. And thank you guys for watching.